Hey guys, welcome to the second lecture of the law of DMU. In earlier lecture, that is first lecture, we have done the statement, schedule, diagram, and today we are going to study the assumptions of the law. But before going for assumptions, I would revise the statement because see, statement is very important of any law and you have to write statement as it is. So it's better you learn the statement. Let us revise it. Statement of the law of DMU, very important. According to Professor Alfred Marshall, other things remaining constant, comma, the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. I hope by this time all of you must have learned this statement. So this was the statement which you must write always, whatever being asked in the exam, but you must mention the statement of the law. Now let us move on to assumptions. See, what are assumptions? Assumptions means nothing but these are certain underlying conditions for the functioning of the law. That means according to Dr. Alfred Marshall, if you assume these following things, then only his law will function properly. You may test the functioning of or working of the law of DMU whenever you apply all these conditions. In that case only the law will work properly, the law will function properly. That's the meaning of the assumptions. So let us see what all are the conditions laid down for the working of the law. So assumptions of the law. First one, rationality. See, rational means normal, common. So according to Dr. Alfred Marshall, consumer is assumed to be rational. Rational means he should be normal person, his behavior should be normal and he should try to maximize his satisfaction. See, rationality means in simple language, a person should be well, like he should be in a position to understand what is the utility he is deriving. His behavior should be the normal behavior. That's the meaning of the word rationality. So first assumption, consumer is assumed to be rational. It means his behavior is normal and he tries to maximize his satisfaction. That means the consumer wants to maximize his satisfaction. He is in a position to understand whatever satisfaction he is gaining, whatever utility he is gaining out of that commodity. So that was about rationality. Now second condition, second assumption of the law is reasonability. See, reasonable means of normal, reasonable size. All the units of a commodity, whichever a consumer is going to consume, all those units of commodity, they should be of reasonable size. Reasonable means what? Normal. It means the unit shouldn't be too big and they should not be too small also. See here, try to understand in simple language, simple words, why this condition is laid down, reasonability. Because see, the problem is if the unit is too big, supposing we are considering the commodity which is very big, then in that case what will happen is if a consumer consumes even 1 unit of a commodity, then in that case he may feel that okay, I'm satisfied now and I don't want to eat the other unit. So if the consumer is consuming too big unit, then we cannot see the working of the law, because in our working of the law, we have taken the example, we have taken second units of consumption. For this, please refer first lecture of this law. Then you will understand if you don't know. And even if the unit is too small, then we may get fed up. See, eating 1 unit after another, 1 unit after another. We can't keep like consuming more and more and more. And then even that, our utility, we won't get much utility and we cannot satisfy ourselves with that consumption. So that's why it is better to have reasonable size of unit. That means the consumption unit or the commodity should not be too big and it shouldn't be too small also. It should be of the reasonable size so that a consumer can continue the consumption also and he shouldn't get fed up also. I hope you got this point. So we understood two assumptions from our reasonability, rationality. Two assumptions are over. Third one is cardinal measurement. Now see students, if you remember in the features of utility, we have already learned that Utility is a subjective concept. It's hypothetical. That means there we learned that utility cannot be measured. That's what we learned earlier. But here Dr. Alfred Marshall has assumed this. See, after all, these are assumptions. So Dr. Alfred Marshall assumes that वैसा मान के चल रहे हैं that utility can be measured cardinally or numerically. So in numbers we can measure the utility. Now why this assumption is necessary? This assumption is necessary because once we assume that utility can be measured, then only it becomes easy to calculate and compare the utility. Because basically in this law we are going to prove that marginal utility goes on diminishing, marginal utility falls. So to show that, to prove that, it becomes compulsory to measure the utility, and hence this cardinal measurement is being assumed by Dr. Alfred Marshall so that utility can be measured and it can be compared and calculated easily. I hope you got this point. Next point number 4, continuity. See, this is also very important assumption of this law of DMU. Continuity means here it is assumed all the units, whatever units we are considering, in our example we took apples. So let us assume all these units, whatever apples are consumed, they are consumed in quick succession without any lapse of time. So continuous consumption should be there. There should be continuous consumption of all the units and there shouldn't be any time gap. Now why this assumption is led? Try to understand. It's very simple reason behind it, because see, if I eat say 2-3 apples today and I gave some gap, and after in the morning I ate 4 apples and I said okay, now I will wait and I will eat the 5th apple in the evening, then it's quite possible, due to this time gap, it's quite possible that my marginal utility from that 5th unit of apple may again go up. It's quite possible because there is lot of time gap between the consumption, and that's why Dr. Alfred Marshall has assumed that the units, the consumption should be in quick succession. That means there should be continuity in the consumption of units, and customer should not, the person should not wait or should not give any gap while consuming the commodity. I hope the point is clear. Next point, point number 5, fifth assumption is constancy. See, I hope you remember at the starting of the statement of the law, other things remaining constant we mentioned. So this point is related to that. These all things should be constant. All the other related factors such as income, taste, choices, habits should remain constant. Here it is also assumed that even the marginal utility of money should remain constant for the testing of the law, for the functioning of the law. All these factors should remain constant, because see, when the consumption is continued, whenever a person is consuming one after another units, and all of a sudden, supposing all of a sudden the choice of the consumer changes, that means we are giving him apples, him or her, we are giving apple, consumer is consuming apple, consumer has consumed first apple, second apple, third apple, and then all of a sudden consumer is saying, or say I am saying, no, I don't want apple now I want orange, or say I want mango. Then in that case again the utility will change. If you change the commodity of consumption, utility will change. Hence it is assumed that whenever this law, we are checking this working of the law, during that time all other related factors, income of the consumer, taste, choices, habits, everything should remain constant, so that we can see the functioning of this law, we can see the working of this law. I hope you got me. Next is point number 6, sixth assumption, homogeneity. See, the word homogeneous means uniform, that is same. So here it is assumed that all the units consumed should be homogeneous or identical, that means equal in terms of size, shape, color, taste, etc. It is assumed whatever consumption we are doing, whatever units we are considering, all the units should be of same size, shape, color, taste, etc. See why this is again very important, because supposingly I ate say 2 apples, those were not too sweet or not that good, and all of a sudden the third apple, it is of very good quality or very higher quality. then what may happen is the earlier two apples will give me less utility, and third one I will say, wow, such a nice apple, such a tasty apple. So this shouldn't happen. The utility should not go up and down, up and down. We want to see the working of the law, and hence it is assumed that whichever units we are consuming, those should be identical in terms of size, shape, color, taste, etc. Next, seventh point is divisibility. This I already explained. Actually, you got it in connection of that neither too big nor too small. Likewise, this law assumes that the commodity consumed should be in smaller quantities and units, so that see all the units can be consumed. Whatever we are considering in example 6 units, 7 units. So it is possible only when the commodity is divisible in smaller units. Hence the condition of divisibility is laid down. Last but very important point, single want. This law assumes that a given commodity can satisfy a single want of a person which is completely satiable. That means the concept of multi-purpose utility. A commodity should not, we should not take such a commodity which can be put to multiple uses at the same time. We should take such a commodity which can satisfy a single want of a person, and that want should be completely satiable. So that's it. That was about single want. I revise in short assumptions of law of DMU. 2R rationality, reasonability. 3C cardinal measurement, continuity, constancy. Then we have homogeneity and divisibility. And the last one is single want. That's it for today. I hope you understood it. If you got it guys, then please support me. Do watch other lectures uploaded as well as playlist on my channel. And if you understood it, if you find this useful, then make sure to like, share and please subscribe to my channel. Do comment down if you feel so. Thanks for watching.